Hello world. How you guys doing? Listen, I am excited today because we have a very special interview on today. Guys, you will probably hear me say this about just the season 3 contestants. They're all my favorite. They have their own ways of being my favorite. But this person, I will say, is dear to me. And I just love her energy. I love what she stands for. And I'm excited to introduce her on today. This is our second interview for one of our second amazing contestants. And that individual will be Miss Chosen Jones herself. So, guys, without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage the one, the only. She is Miss New York, Miss Chosen Jones. Are you there?
Hi.
Hey, Chosen. Hey,
Hey, hey.
listen, before we get started, Chosen, please tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to say thank you, Dr. Pitts, for having me. I'm excited to be here. My name is Chosen. I am the queen of New York City, baby. I am the owner of Chosen Culture New York and also the founder of Fire Lady Foundation nonprofit organization. Let's add that to the resume. Season 3 contestant of the Real Entrepreneur. So let's not forget about that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, if you have not, which is kind of hard to not know who Chosen is or seen Chosen in the previous episodes, but she had an amazing commercial, and we are going to let that play so you guys can understand her business just a little bit.
Welcome to Chosen Culture and Why. From weddings to community events, Chosen Culture NY has you covered. Party rentals, event planning, and more. No stress when you choose the best.
There it is. There it is.
I love it. No stress when you choose the best.
No stress when you choose the best. Well, Chosen, let's dive into our first question for you. First question is, what was the most valuable lesson you learned being on the show, and how has that impacted your business today?
One, like I said, I have my business have been impacted, my life has been impacted. I have learned so much on the show, and even though I had only 1 hour to, do the challenges, you can do so much within an hour. You just have to set the pace, have faith, and get started. So I would tell anybody, it's sometimes, like I said, just don't beat yourself up. You know, try your best and don't stress. Okay. Try your best and don't stress. So I say I learned so much. I got out of my comfort zone. I'm not sure if y'all see, my background, but I'm a homebody, and I'm always in my own. So to get out and to be around other contestants and share their personalities and this and learn from them was also just something that I appreciate as well.
Absolutely. And I think that, what people don't understand is that you guys were literally stretched. You're talking about an hour to complete these challenges. And while the time was a restraint, what I love that what this show does is you guys will go into a mode of either you're going to panic or you're going to pivot. And I can honestly say one of the things I watched you do well, Chosen, is you pivoted. Even though you had your moment of panic, you pivoted. It was like, okay, look, it was one of those things where you had your emotion time, and he was like, okay, look, I got to get it together. You got it together, and then you pivoted, right? You didn't stay there. You allowed yourself to have your time to yourself, but then you got right back into the mix, and you got going. So I want you to understand, I watched how you cut down some of your time because you had to mentally get yourself prepared. And then you really had about 30 minutes and you got your stuff done in 30 minutes. And see, a lot of times the viewers don't get a chance to see that, right? But I'm watching, I get to see where you go into your mode where you're thinking and you're trying to get it together and you're trying to pull it together, and then all of a sudden you pull it together, right? So I want to
And
give.
that's what entrepreneur sorry to cut you off, that's what entrepreneurship is all about. And in my own little world, Dr. Pitts, you made it, that word pivot means so much. Like, it's okay, you may be working for 45 minutes, but if it's not working, then you need to pivot. And that's what I did within the time that I had, to prevent the challenges. But even though I you know I love every last challenges, because for one, people came in, they might have had books already done. They had AI up the wazoo. All I had was chosen and Wi-Fi. So I put my best out there, and I really that I use that word pivot every day now. Every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, absolutely. Great piece. Next question is, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently, when you kind of look back now and how the show transpired, what would you have done differently looking back?
I for once, I when I look back on the show, I wouldn't have changed a thing. No, I mean, because I was there for the experience, and I learned as much as I needed to learn to even further my business after the show. We're gonna get into that, right? But like I said, the experience was just life changing for me. So I wouldn't change a thing. And one thing I would say to anybody, and this is a personal thing that I use, I might cry about that thing one time, but that's it. I'm not gonna keep on crying about the same thing over and over again. So, and that's what it is with entrepreneurship. You gotta learn how to dust your shoulders off and keep it moving. So that's pretty much every day. No
Yeah,
sip.
absolutely. Absolutely. No, you good. You good. And that's what I love, that, that you had that kind of experience where you kind of wouldn't have changed anything. Because I think one of the things, again, that I watched you do so well is you remain your authentic self throughout. And now that you're watching the show, right? You didn't even know how you were intimidating a lot of the other contestants based on, like, just you coming in, just again being your authentic self. It shows you how much of a footprint you can leave with just be you. Just be you.
That's how I am every day. And that's why I could appreciate Contrella for saying that I gotta watch that Chosen. And Wesley's like, Chosen's 10 steps ahead. I was like, I feel that with people every day, and people don't need to be intimidated by me. Because one thing that I appreciate about you, Dr. Pitts, is like you say, we're here to serve. So when I learn something and I get that thing, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna show you how to do it and do it right. So you don't make the same mistakes that I do. So yeah, they were right. I was definitely 10 steps ahead, because I binge watched season one, I binge watched season two. So I was already prepared when I came in the house for whatever. I knew what I came to do.
Absolutely. And you did just that. Next question. How has your participation on the show influenced your personal brand, and what's next for Miss Chosen Jones?
For one, it's a big influence. Okay, we on national TV. Okay, so everybody that I've told about, they've been hitting me in the DM. They like, yo, Chosen, you're doing a good job. We love your energy, and you really represent in New York City. The people that know me before the show, they saying, yeah, you didn't go on there and start talking different. You didn't start walking different. You was really authentically you. So that's what I want anybody to know. Even when you may get on these reality TV shows and get around different people that you don't know, just be you. You're not gonna be for everybody, but the right people, they gonna gravitate with you. And I shout out to the judges. I'm gonna let Dr. Pitts ask his questions, but even since after the show, I may have been eliminated on the show, but I have elevated after the show. Seriously, real talk, New York. I am still to this day working with all of the judges.
And that's what it's about, right? You being able to connect with certain people that can help your business grow, whether or not you win the show or you don't. Being, and not even just the judges, right? I've also seen you on different forums now with some of the other contestants. Like, you bonded with a lot of the contestants, and I can honestly say that, in every season there has always been a group of individuals who would have never probably crossed each other's path. And I'm not saying that it's because of the show, but I will say that the show does bring it will put you in a position to bring entrepreneurs together. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Glad that you
From
mentioned.
different areas. That was so good because I'm New York, so I'm in Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. But for you to be able to bring Detroit, Texas, ATL, Buffalo, I mean, all of us together and all our different personalities and put us in one house, that was extraordinary, Dr. Pitts,
Yeah.
and like I said, even after the show, I've even developed some friendships with some of the cast members. Shout out to Conchella, shout out to all of them. I love everybody. I do.
Absolutely.
And by
Now
the
here, go ahead.
I want to mention when I got back off the show, did you know the mayor of New York, Mayor Eric Adams, he gave me a citation and honored me as an entrepreneur. Yes. Oh my God, I was blown away.
No, that look, that's powerful. Listen, look, I hope you guys heard her. That's a testimony, right? That makes me feel good because it lets me know that we're at least doing something, right? And we're going to keep paving the way, keep opening up this door for other entrepreneurs. And guys, I want you to think about that. You look at people like Chosen and Contrella and all of the other contestants, they are setting the tone for you guys to get up off your butt, stop being lazy, and really do what you need to do to be successful at what God has gifted you with. So thank you for even mentioning that, Chosen. That just done something to me. Um, Kind of a good segue into our next question, which is a heartfelt one. Can you walk us through when you got eliminated, not once, but even the mindset of you saying, I'm not quitting, I'm gonna come right back. Because a lot of the times, again, the viewers don't get to see the sleepless nights, the stress, and like, why would you put yourself through it again? Why would you come back? So can you walk everybody that is watching this interview, there's 248 people that are on watching this interview, walk them through what was in your mind, what went through your mind when you got eliminated the first time, and then what made you crazy enough to say, I'm coming right back. You can't get rid of me just like that. And you came back yet again. So just kind of walk us through how you felt and what that emotion was like.
Well, for one, that's kind of a testimony of my life. You can't check you. That's what makes me chosen for real. You can't count me out for real. But now let me take you down to how I felt when they said my name. I was like, huh? Y'all sure about that? Rewind, bring it back. But I was just like, okay, because what the judges were saying, how they seen something that not too many people really see. And they just kept on saying, Chosen, it's your confidence. It's your confidence. You belong here. You're supposed to be here, but we don't see that. So when I was listening to that, I was just like, wow, people always think that I'm overconfident or I'm doing too much, or Chosen thinks she's the all in, all out, right? So when they were saying that, I was just like, okay, maybe I need to really embody this and really, bring it in. But I'm gonna tell you, once I was eliminated, I was like, oh yeah, thank God, because it's a lot of stress. It is, especially when you're trying to do it perfect. And that's what I learned in the house. You don't have to be perfect, okay? You don't have to dot every I like they teach you, cross every T's. If you have a vision, go for it. And that's what I did. But now what happened was I got eliminated, and I was just like, okay, now let me get me a shot, okay? Because I didn't have no liquor in the house. I was completely sober, so I was ready to let my hair down. But unfortunately, I didn't have my ID, so I couldn't get no anything. But it was a save, because when I got back in the house, the contestants, they was just like, wow, Chosen, I cannot believe that you gone. I can't believe that they eliminated you. And I was just like, nah, I can't believe this anyway. But then I remembered. I was like, oh, but I got some bank, because I won a challenge the first night that we was in the house. So I thought to myself, I said, do you wanna lay your hair down so you can have a little shot? Or do you want to go and take another shot at it again? And my whole purpose to come back is so that I can learn more from the judges. So that's why I was like, you know what? Instead of me just taking a shot and just laying my hair down and hanging out, jumping in the pool, I was like, let me take another shot at it. And so I was ready to come back. And if y'all really want to know the real deal, I wanted to wear my outfit. I wanted to wear my look at God outfit. I was so happy when I was able to come back, and it was with the whole look at God outfit. And it was like, look at God, Chosen's back. So that's how I felt.
I love that. I love that. And guys, we'll touch because this is Chosen's time. We'll touch on what that means, right? The look at God brand and whole nine. But this is Chosen's time. But I'm so glad that you was able to kind of give us that emotion. And I want you guys who are watching this to understand what she really said in all of that, right? She didn't give up. She didn't quit. She didn't care what the stakes looked like. She didn't care what the judges said. It didn't matter. A lot of entrepreneurs, and I think I want you guys to recognize, and because I used to be like this, right? I will say one of the things that Chosen carries that I didn't catch on until later parts of my entrepreneur is, I get it, guys. I hate to lose, right? And I wore that. People saw that. I was angry. I was mad when I lost. You talking about somebody who took it like a champ, who didn't like who didn't even like didn't show no kind of upsetness towards the judges or their decision. She still showed up. She didn't show any kind of ill will toward none of the contestants. She showed up to be, again, her authentic self, to just do her and say, hey, I ain't going nowhere, whether you like it or not. It's cool, no problem. I'm back. What's next? Right?
And I respect the judges. That's why people don't, you're not going to always get the response that you want.
Right.
That's life. That's what New York taught me. I got to deal with this New York City traffic every day. So I respected how they was coming, even though I didn't agree with all the things that they were saying. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, I still gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna get funky with them and be like, oh, now I'm upset. No, so that's why I have the opportunity. I'm working with them right now. Shout out to Miss Pixie Lee, okay, from PR Publishing,
Come
talking
on
about
now.
the first challenge that I got eliminated on, which she was one of the judges, and I had to talk about her book, but I had 1 hour. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. A few days ago, Miss Pixie said, Chosen, I am blown away by your story. And she said, you really, really, really did that. And she said, where are you going? And with this new book that I just wrote, because I could not 1 hour, but I had a few days to write it. And with the help of Miss Pixie Lee and her publishing, I got the new book. It's called From Healing to Hustle, A Grown Woman's Guide to Getting Back Up. And I'm gonna tell you, it's on. And just for her to put that battery in my back and say, "Yo, Chosen, you did that." So that's what I say. Even though I was eliminated on the show by her, she's still giving me my kudos and working with me after the show. So I want everybody to know that delay is not denied. And don't get your attitude.
I love it. I love it. Well chosen. Last question. Before the show comes on tonight, make sure that you guys tune in at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be the next episode. But before we go, chosen, last question. What advice would Chosen Jones, coach of New York, give to an entrepreneur or upcoming entrepreneur who says, hey, I want to try the journey of entrepreneurship? What would be your advice to that person that says, I want to now become an entrepreneur?
It. Do it. So many people, because I worked with so many different people in the small business administration, and a lot of people saying, Chosen, you know what, we admire you because you really did it. Some people always, they have a vision, they don't, but they say, you know what, I don't have the money. Don't wait till you have the money. Write that thing down. Shout out to one of the judges, Miss Wellington. She said, write that thing down, make it plain, honey. Okay. That's all you need to do, and start going. Start going. One customer, the first customer that you get, they gonna open the doors for another one. Keep on going. I'm 4 years in the business. I got commercials. I got city contracts. I just published a new book. And like I said on the show, I am a real winner. So, and it all started because of that vision. And I actually did what I thought. So I tell anybody, don't wait. Get that thing going. Okay. And then I'm gonna tell you something. It's not gonna be easy, but you gotta have faith. You got to have faith. Even if you don't have finance, you gotta have faith.
I love it. Well, Chosen, thank you tremendously for just lending us your voice on today and just sharing your side, right, of kind of what you went through and where you're at today to showcase everybody that's going to watch this for forever, guys. It's going to be up for a lifetime. You're going to always know who Chosen is. You remember that name because, as she has stated to you before, she has a new book that's coming out. This is an entrepreneur that's going to continue to keep paving the way, and showing you guys who she is, what she's capable of doing. So you too can say, if Chosen did it, I can do it. Thank you guys
Attitude.
for tuning in. Chosen, before we go, tell everybody where they can follow you. How do they stay connected with you? Give everybody your information.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Chosen Culture Party Rentals 360 New York. You can call me, okay? Because I'm always answering my business phone. That's 8447 Chosen. Can't get no easier than that, right? Also, if you want, you can email me, chosencultures with an S at gmail.com. I'm not on Facebook right now because I'm really busy. But once I reactivate my page, you can type in Chosen Culture New York and you can follow me there. Okay. But anytime y'all want to do business with me, 8447 Chosen. I'm gonna answer that phone.
I love it. There it is right there, guys. Well, Chosen, thank you so much. We appreciate you tremendously. And you have an amazing evening. And I hope nothing but the best for your business and your endeavors moving forward. Thank you, Chosen.
Thank you, Dr. Pitts.
Well, guys, there it is. Miss Chosen Jones. Guys, please tune in to watch all the previous episodes if you missed it. If you said, hey, I missed the episode with Chosen, go back and watch it. She was an amazing individual on the show. She did an amazing job. Make sure that you support her in everything that she's doing as an entrepreneur because, guys, it's not easy. And I'm telling you now, we can't do this without you guys, right? We need your support. We need you to share. We need you to like. We need you to love. And if there's an entrepreneur that tells you anything less than that, right, they're lying to you. Guys, I appreciate you for tuning in to the show, The Real Entrepreneur. We are on season 3, and you already know my quote. Coming together is the beginning, sticking together is progress, but working together is success. My name is Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for season 3, episode 7 of The Real Entrepreneur. Peace.